James, a 19-9 victory over Doncaster Knights this afternoon. You must be really pleased with that.
Yeah, we're pleased in parts. We're pleased with the win. We're a bit disappointed with our defensive discipline. We gave away a lot of soft penalties, gave up pitch position, and gave Donny opportunities to put pressure on us. So we need to address our defensive discipline. It's when we get it right, it's very difficult for teams to play against us. And a few of the boys were slightly over-eager. A few of the boys playing against their old team, and a few faces on the opposition we know all about. So it was a really hard-fought encounter, and at times we overstepped the mark defensively, and we need to be a little bit sharper there. But in terms of the boys, a full-blooded battle, the boys really went for it, and Bridgie took the decision at the end to kick the lot 3 points to take away the bonus point. We've got the utmost respect for Donny, and we're sure they'll be there or thereabouts come the end of the year, so to take away the bonus point from them at the end was important.
Did we ultimately win the kicking duel today?
I think we kicked some really good ones, especially in the first half. We really turned them and got a couple of set pieces in there, 22, which is really pleasing. And then we probably didn't kick at the right count in the phase play. I mean, we kicked a lot of kicks as a last resort as opposed to a structured kick, which gave us a pressured kick chase. A couple of times we kicked on the 6th or 7th phase with a really bad chase, and Donny hurt us. They broke our line and turned it on its head. So we need to look at that. Potentially we tried to play a little bit too much this week. And we didn't, and we weren't clinical enough when we had ball in hand. But saying that, the boys scored 2 great tries. Matt Heeks, Donny were nervous of our maul, so they defended it, and Heeksy was on the money, getting the ball out and striking when it was on to go. And I know Rico was really pleased. He works really hard with Heeksy on the decision making around that, and to score one down the short side himself, really well taken, and then to score a great try in the corner for Matty Williams going through about 5 pairs of hands. So really, 2 great tries. Just a shame we couldn't put ourselves in the position to score 2 more.
I know you talked before the game about the fact that against Jersey last week we had a bit of X factor, which proved the difference. Again today we had a bit of X factor, which proved the difference. We were the one that scored the tries. Donny couldn't get over the line. Yeah,
we scored 2, but let's be clear, we should have scored 2 more. I mean, we're a team that regardless we're at home or away from home, we want to try and score and bring a good balance to our game, and we've got a lot of tools that we need to be better at utilising, and I think we could have done things a bit better. But that said, we've got to be absolutely clear. The physical encounter out there today. I mean, Donny have got some big boys, and the boys really put their bodies on the line. Special mentions to PJ. I mean, he ran through and knocked down brick walls today, and obviously Adam Kwasnicki, 100 games, and he battled all the way through. So really pleased. Don't want to name drop too many individuals. That was a hard 4 points, and I think the boys could have done better. So it's promising.
Game management, I think, in the past 2 games has been a vast improvement since the Moseley game. Has lessons been learnt from up at Billesley Common? Yeah,
we've analysed that side of the game a lot. As the poor conditions, we've got a couple of night games, so next week's a night game, and the fact is the ball's slippery and it's dewy, and if you're going to make mistakes, you're better off doing it in the opposition's half than your own. So on the flip side of that, people could say it's negative, but the point is you can pressurise the opposition, and as we proved last week, if we get opportunities to kick counter and the spaces there, we'll take it. And I think that's what Donny did really well against us today. We kicked to them, and our chase wasn't good enough, and they ripped us open a couple of times. And if it wasn't for Matty Williams and Matt Heeks making a couple of try-saving tackles, that scoreline could have been very different.
And in terms of Adam Kwasnicki, it was his 100th appearance. He looked pretty battered and bruised at the end there.
No, really, it's a 100th game. I mean, Kwaz hasn't been on about it all day. I don't know what he's expecting. I don't know if he's expecting a bonus or a testimonial or something. But no, it's in 4.5 seasons for a hooker to play 100 games. It's no easy thing to do. So really pleased for him. I just hope he's got 100 more in him.
Just finally, how important was it to get the victory going into the BNI Cup games? Hugely important. With 30 points out of I think it's 8 games, isn't it? So that Moseley game hurts us a little bit. Disappointed still with that to get. But we've got 10 points out of the 3 games. We're looking for a couple more. But full credit to the teams we're playing against. Jersey, we got a result against Jersey last week, and then they almost scraped a winning bonus point against Worcester last night. So it's nip and tuck the whole campaign. Yeah. So we're going to the BNI Cup campaign now. We probably can't do anything more than just compete in those 3 games. We probably can't qualify. So we can't qualify. So we'll use the time productively, make sure we manage the squad, and make sure we focus on parts of our game that we have to improve. The consistency of our performance isn't quite there.
and we need to make sure that when the league campaign comes back around, we've got Worcester away and then Nottingham away, 2 really tough games.
But just finally, I know the floodlights have gone off, so they're obviously wanting us to go. But just finally, we're consolidated our position in the top 4. That's where we want to stay till the end of the season.
It's important to stay in the top 4, but it's also important to maintain our momentum now. So the last time the B&I Cup came around, we lost momentum, and it took us 4 games to find it again. So whilst we need to make sure the boys, we've got a small squad and it needs to be managed. That's the fact of the issue. We've got to make sure that we're always improving and making sure we're maintaining our momentum. So when the league games come back round, we hit the floor running. We want to make sure that at the turn of the season we're in a good position. And, the boys have worked really hard to this point, and that it's not going to get any easier.
Well done today.
Cheers, thanks.